Pat, and this is a very quick road test video, and this is for a Volkswagen Passat, and it's the Highline 1.9 diesel, 100 horsepower by all accounts, estate car. This particular car is registered AK55POV, so it's the facelift version, and the car has currently 118,649 miles recorded. The reason we do the videos is very simple indeed. Regardless of price or basis on which they've been sold, we'd like to show all our cars in operation. And the reason for that is that we know, unfortunately to our cost, it can be really frustrating to go and see a car which may have a couple of issues, but you should be told about them before you're setting off. So that's why we do it. So coming to the car question, as you'll know from the advert, this car has come in as a part exchange to us. We sell Honda cars, and the chap bought a Honda CR-V from me. The car's been very well looked after mechanically in terms of servicing. I think it was last serviced at 112,000 miles, and that included a cam belt change as part of the service of the vehicle. Obviously I've already driven the car, so I know how it drives, but worth pointing out again, as we say in the advert, this is been effectively sold as spares or repairs because it will almost certainly need something. It's due an MOT in a month's time. It drives very solidly, but we sell Hondas, so that's all we want to sell. So cars like this, I know I could invest a bit more money, spend a bit more time and make a lot more money selling the car, but that's not what we're about. We're about moving the cars on very quickly that don't fit with what we're trying to do as a garage. First things first, engine starts absolutely straight away and settles to completely even, smooth idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. The engine pulls really, really well. I wish all 100 horsepower cars pulled as well as this one, because you put your foot down and it's up and going straight away. No fluffs, no flusters, no nasty noises. It sounds very, very smooth and quiet in operation, as they tend to do, in fairness to them. It's a good, strong engine. Engine then feeds through into clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car, absolutely spot on. Bite point, pretty much exactly where it should be. And it's nice and smooth in operation. There is, if I'm being massively critical, when it's cold, there's a little bit of judder when you pull away in first gear. If you do it at very low revs, giving it a couple of revs, it's nothing at all. It's very easy and smooth to drive. But as I said, the point of the video is to pick up on anything I can find, good, bad, small, or virtually irrelevant. Gearbox, 5-speed gearbox in these cars on the 100 horsepower ones. Gear change very good indeed, very smooth. All the gears engage absolutely perfectly. Feels much as it would have done with a much lower mileage on the car. It's all nice and tight and taut. The whole car, I have to say, drives incredibly tightly. It doesn't drive like a 15-year-old car at all. It's incredibly solid in every single respect, because the steering, likewise, exhibits pretty much no wear at all. It just silky smooth in the way it goes about its business. It tracks nice and straight. There's no vibrations that I've felt at this speed or any speed up to the legal limits, and I drove it, say on the day we did the deal, obviously at those speeds as well. But it feels incredibly tight on the road. Same goes for the suspension of the vehicle. Very, very, very comfortable cars. The ride is really pillowy smooth, and yet it kind of flows through corners. And the modern fad for low profile tyres that are pleasing to the eye but horrible at dealing with the smaller imperfections on the road. This shows exactly what we're missing as a nation, with putting up with that kind of cosmetic look, if you like. It's just, that was a very nice Ferrari just went by the way. It's very, very comfortable indeed. But what I'm looking for on these road tests in particular on older cars is when it goes over a bump, is there any kind of noises or chatterings going on that shouldn't be there? And there's nothing at all. It's very, very solid. Coming to the interior of the car, as you'd expect from a Volkswagen, very well built vehicle. There's hardly any noises in the car at all. It feels very, very solid indeed. I've not gone through every single switch. I know it's got climate control. Haven't checked. I'll just see if I put the temperature down, see if any cold air. It does actually. Crikey, mate. Yeah, so air conditioning's pumping out nice cold air. You obviously got this upgraded stereo system fitted to the car. They do have heated seats as well. So it's a big spec car, the Highline. But it's in very nice condition in here. The leatherwork's really, really good. We've not cleaned it. It's exactly as it came into us. But, you know, in reality, it is a very clean example. It's been very well looked after. The only issues inside the car, and they're fairly trivial and most be well known to Volkswagen owners. As you can see there, missing its latch for the glove box. Well, it is and it isn't, because there it is. And if you do put it in there and pull it, it opens the glove box. So you can open it, but it's just not attached. So if you want to make it perfect, you need a new latch. But if you just want access to it now and again, you've got the latch there to do it. The only other thing that the chap mentioned to me, although it's not happened to me at all, on the central locking, sometimes when you open the doors, I think one of the rear doors may not open at the same time. It locks fine, but when you get in the car and press the lock button in here, it releases it, so it does function. As I said, it is intermittent and it hasn't happened to me, so as Sod's Law says, it'll happen as soon as the very person comes and sees the car. But as I said, the point is just to show the car operating and feedback these issues. Brakes on the car, just wait till I get around the corner, no one behind me, but nice solid brake pedal on the vehicle. No nasty kind of vibrations or rumblings coming back up through the brake pedal. It's all in fine fettle there. I have to say, it drives very, very, very nicely. You know, I can't fault the drive of the vehicle at all. It's very solid and smooth on the road. And as I said, the point of the video is just to show it operating. You know, it is being sold on this basis purely for that reason. It is tempting for me to spend the money on it and put it through MOT and all sorts of stuff like that and get those little bubbles of rust on the front arches done, because they're only minor, and I could ask a lot more for the car, but unfortunately time doesn't allow me to do that.